Hi everyone, it's Stella from Meeple University and this is Tarrant and I'm very excited today. I have Stardew Valley, the board game. The game has been sitting on our shelf of shame or shelf of opportunity for too long years. We've been so busy with other games that come up and pop up, and then I was like, oh, when are we gonna play Stardew Valley, the board game? Super excited for this one because me and Tarrant, we've been playing Stardew Valley on Xbox for many hours.
Yes, this was one of the major things we did during the pandemic lockdowns when we couldn't go out. It was excellent as a side-by-side sandbox game and a really great time filler as a video game. And now we have the board game.
We do have the board game. It's finally laid out in front of us. We finally played it and we finally beat the game.
Yes.
Jahja Corporation. By Jahja.
Indeed.
It's such a funny name though, Jahja. Anyways, we're gonna quickly give you the rundown, which if you are familiar with Stardew Valley, the game, please let us know in the comments if you have played or if you've heard of it, or if you even played the other version, Harvest Moon. Please let us know. That's really old school. I started with playing Harvest Moon and then Stardew Valley, and then it becomes cooperative in the same screen. I was like, yes, introduce Tarrant to it.
Yes.
I played it first before you, right?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah. I tend to play the more video games, the PC games more than Tarrant. But anyways, let's start.
Indeed. So, if you are familiar with Stardew Valley, the video game, yes, it's a big sandbox. You've got a farm, you plant crops, and that's your major way of gaining money. And you've got a whole town of people to meet and things to do. You can go fishing, you can go mining. There's just a bunch of little, in many ways, there's just a bunch of little time fillers. But there's a lot to do. And in the game, this small village is it's losing its character because of the Jahja conglomerate, big supermarket that's coming in and destroying all the small business and things like that. And people have kind of fallen into that, and the community centre has fallen into disrepair as well. And so you turn up, you start building your farm, and you start finding things and donating it to the community centre to restore it. And then once the community centre is restored, the people rise up together and kick out the Jahja Corporation.
That's what we want. That is the goal of the game, like in the video game.
Indeed. So the video game, very sandboxy. You really just keep going until you achieve that. In the board game, you've got a very limited number of rounds, 16 rounds, in order to make that happen. So you have to complete the bundles, is what they're called. We've got some random bundles of different types and a handful of random objectives which come from the objective deck.
Grandpa's,
because we've inherited this from Grandpa's.
Yes.
So these are Grandpa's requests. Through the game, you'll pretty much see everything that you can recognise from the Stardew Valley video game.
It is so cute.
It's really all there. On each round, you'll start by drawing a season card, and it will do various things. Maybe it will rain and water your crops. Maybe it'll rotate first player. You'll usually have the ability to sell crops without taking an action, which is pretty good.
Without going to Pierre.
Yep. And then there's also some which will cause friends to give you gifts randomly in the morning. Again, that's something that happens in the video game.
Valley,
events might come up, or Jahja might occur, and this makes nasty Jahja cards appear in various places on the board.
Make our life harder, basically, like in the video game.
Yes. Then each of us chooses a location. So there are locations around the town. Often there's a couple of different things you can do in the same location. And normally what you'll do on each turn is take one action in that location, try to move to an adjacent location, because then you can either chop down a tree, get some wood, or forage something in one of these adjacent regions along the path.
And take it to
You
your
get a forage
playboard.
resource, take it to your board. and then do an action where you finish off. So the most efficient way to play is to do 2 actions in adjacent locations. You could instead do 2 actions in the same location.
But
There's
you don't
nothing
get
stopping
to
you from
but
doing
you don't get to forage. I think it's pretty hard, and you do need this for the money, for the bundles, and so on.
various things that you can do. You can buy seeds from Pierre.
Ooh.
That will allow you to place tiles out here. They each take a certain amount of watering, and you place it on this track. You can water the crops, and that always moves your crops down, and then eventually once it falls off the track, you get to keep it on your player board. You can, what can you do? You can go fishing. So when you go fishing, you'll roll the Stardew dice, and based on what you roll, you might get the symbols you need to take the certain types of fish off the fish track. As in the game, there's lake, ocean, and river fishing, and this track will tell you what's available. You might even find some treasures based on what you collect.
There's no skills required for this one, though.
Indeed. Once you've collected enough wood and stone and money, you can visit Robin to buy buildings. There'll be some random buildings available. You may end up getting the barn or the coop, which lets you visit Marnie and buy animals.
So cool. And then you can get, obviously, the cow and everything else, the wool.
Yep, so you would go there, you would roll the dice. Hey, I've got a cow. That means
I get milk.
I harvest 1 milk on that turn. You can go and explore the mine. So down in the mine, you'll roll dice and, you'll roll 2 dice, and that will tell you what you've found in the mine. If you find stairs, or if you spend rock on stairs, you can go deeper into the mine, get better benefits. You can find geodes. Clint will open them for you. That will give you...
Of course.
Yep, that will give you various minerals. You can get minerals and artifacts and then donate them to the museum. Here is a...
There's a fish. It's not the right
So I've
bag.
done that. It's not the right
You
bag.
can't donate it. You can try.
This one's a
In the
ghost
game.
crystal, for example. It could go here. Ultimately, what you're trying to do, there's 2 major resources that you need to gather, and those are money and hearts, or love, or whatever it is.
Hearts.
You gain money by foraging things and selling them, producing crops and selling them. You can go mining and sell what you find there as well. Money is what you need to buy buildings, to buy animals, to buy new seeds, and
Objectives.
and you'll often need them to buy the things you need. Hearts you can get by donating things to the museum or by making friends. So as you wander around the village, you'll meet various people. Here's a bad example. I should have laid out the deck. There you go. You'll meet various people. They'll like certain types of things. They'll hate other types of things. And if you're holding in your inventory something that they like, you can give them that. They'll give you 2 hearts.
That's basically, I've got it.
Leah likes foraging. If you just give them something generic, you'll get 1 heart. And then the hearts are what you spend to reveal the bundles.
These bundles are pretty tough. You need to refill them as soon as you can so you know what you need to collect.
Yes.
I mean, you can replace it. You can spend hearts.
As you go through the game, you'll also collect groups of friends. They'll give you gifts and so on. So pretty much everything I've just described is a board game version of something that happens in the Stardew Valley video game.
And
You continue playing over the 16 rounds, and if you can meet every objective that's up there, then you win the game. There are some events. You can get some upgrades to your skills, so you can choose to be a miner and have a pickaxe, or you can choose to be good at foraging or fishing or farming, and they'll give you different tools that make you more powerful as you upgrade.
I really want to know if you have played this game and if you played a few times as well as us, and just to see, is it hard or is it easy? We found that it's quite tough, but it's not impossible to achieve. It's not the video games where you're like, la 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 la. Oh no, hang on. There are some people, and I don't blame them, that play, okay, day 1, I must go here, or day 17. It's this person's birthday. Let's give them a present. I mean, I don't mind that, but you know,
She's describing herself.
Tarrant. It's not me. Well, I tried at least at first, and then Tarrant's like, no, I just want to like you were Johnny or
I just want to go fishing.
Johnny or Farmy here. Just want to go fishing, go around and do whatever he feels like, or go, you know, to the mine, collect bug meat and fishing again. So yes, so this is definitely not like dee. You need to, okay, what do we need to do? We need to go here. It is a cooperative game and you need to work together. You need to plan at the start at what everyone's going to do, because if everyone's doing whatever they want, then it would be really hard to achieve the objectives, I think.
Yeah, you need to be very efficient.
Yes, some objectives are needing you to probably specialize, like this one, for example. If you see, this is like probably strategy type or maybe not. If you see something like, you know, you need to achieve level 12 of mining as one of the objectives, the Grand Pass objectives, then it's probably good if one of the players has got mining professions. Just makes life a little bit easier.
Yes.
There are 4 types of professions: so mining, farming, foraging, and fishing, I believe.
Yes.
So there's like a lot of variety, a lot of awesome variety. Like look at this, like all the stuff you can buy from Pierre. Obviously, there are only 3 seasons because in winter you don't really plant anything, although you can still forage stuff as in the video game. And it's really cute that you see these items on the video game. It's like a train is passing through. This is usually you usually run. Oh, train is there! Just trying to get some freebies.
Yep. It's never worth it.
But you always do run back and back again. And there's also, you can also get married in this game as well, and you can have like a third pawn as your spouse pawn, and it can help you do one more action for you. That's great.
Indeed.
Sorry, I'm just like blabbering again. You go.
Yeah, so we're sort of onto the what do we think side of things.
Well, that's like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah. I do enjoy this game, and I will say a big part of that is because I'm quite used to Stardew Valley. I'm enjoying seeing the things come through. It feels very tight. It is very much a roll to resolve type of co-op. Mm-hmm. And I know I've said in some videos before, my preference generally in a cooperative game is that the actions I take have certainty, and then the game throws stuff back at me that I have to resolve. And maybe that's the control freak in me. This one, the game doesn't throw that much at you. Mm-hmm. These events, they do a little bit. You know, sometimes a crow is going to come and eat your crops and things like that. But the game itself is not throwing that much at you. What's going to happen is you're going to try to do something, and then the dice are going to tell you whether it works as effectively as you want or not. Or you'll draw a villager and it'll be, you just happen to not be holding what you need. So there's a lot in this game where you're making probability hedges on things, and it's going to be quite roll to resolve.
I think it's mainly at the start, but I know that there are some items, for example, or some friends gift that let you look at villagers' cards first, so you can at least plan. Because hearts is really hard to get, and you need to get the number of hearts per player. So if it's us, that means to refill the bundle, it'll be 2 hearts, and the objectives also per players, most of them.
Yep. When you go foraging, you might not find what you need.
Yeah.
When you collect things to donate to the museum, if you see up here, this is letter G. If I get another G, I can't donate it. I've just got something I can sell instead.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that, I'm not going to say that's necessarily good or bad. That just is the nature of this game. But it's still quite fun. I think it's more fun than your average game that has that has this much roll to resolve. You know, I remember, I think it was Atlantis Rising was the game where I spoke a lot about that, and because so much of that was rolling d6s and just seeing whether, you know, I'd see how far I went out on the peninsula and whether it worked or not. I do like the story that's behind this and the characters that are very familiar to me. So.
Yeah, it's so awesome that it's so relatable if you play the video games. But if you don't, then you might still enjoy this. But it's not like, despite of its cute looking, it's not easy to beat the game.
Certainly not. It's going to come down to the last couple of rounds. It's going to probably come down to some luck that went or didn't go your way across the course of the game. I do think with a lower player count, you're more likely to have trouble because you won't have a specialization in everything. Last time we played, neither of us was a fishing specialist. So the fish can be very difficult, and there is a fish bundle that you have to resolve. So.
It's not that overly hard though, like this one, river fish. Any river fish or legendary fish.
But one per player.
Yeah. Yeah. I am really
Unless
keen.
you just find...
Okay.
It was on top before.
All right.
I was going to flip the mutant carp, but... Sorry.
I really... Oh, there's a mutant card here. That's right.
Yeah.
It's somewhere there. I really... There you go. I really want to know if you've played this, if you've been enjoying this, what, if you play this because you play the video games first, or you just play it because you heard about the video games and you don't really play video games.
Yeah, as I say, pretty much almost everything from the video game appears here in some form. Sometimes it doesn't... I don't think the mine really feels that much like the video game mine, but the Making Friends feels a lot like the video games version. A lot of these items that make certain things easier have a lot of that feel. So, yeah, it's good in that way.
I love it. And I'm totally biased because I've played video games a lot.
Yep.
We should get back to it again. We probably need to get back. We need to resolve a few things in the video game. And Tarrant is big with not wanting to see tips how to resolve things. So we kind of like stuck at certain things. What are we stuck at?
We've still got... What have we got? We've got about 20 walnuts to find still.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I've completely run out of places to look for walnuts.
In the
There's no walnuts here, by the way. No Ginger Island.
Not Ginger Island. That's what it's called.
We are at the point where we need to start inviting villagers into our homes.
Yeah, we need to get...
Giving them dependents, getting to the marriage point.
Yeah. Who wants to get married, you or me?
I think we both can, can't we?
Can we? Yeah, probably.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, in this game, it's only one, because there's only one spouse pawn.
Yes.
And it's pretty hard to get. Like, you need to get certain items, like the mermaid's pendant or something like that.
Yeah.
In here, and then it's in the epic item, which is you only get it at certain times. It's not many.
There's also
there.
There's also a building that lets you get it.
Yes, and the building comes up randomly in the game. So sometimes you can have what did you draw this time?
I drew the stables, so you get a horse when you build that. I drew the well. You can harvest a crop as an action.
Yeah,
so
I do like the shed.
Bypass the watering.
I do like to hoard things. So shed is really good. I think that might be one of my favorite.
Yeah, shed was really nice because normally each player can hold 6 items, and especially in a 2-player game, this meant that we could just pick up our forageables and leave them off to the side and grab them later because we could store whatever we wanted. Shipping bin, sell resources at any time, not just when the cards let you. Silo makes your animals happy. So again, this is all the things from the video game. You can spend your time petting your cows to make them happy. I didn't even mention this, by the way. After you've taken your 2 actions, there's an end of turn effect that you can resolve as well. And that can be petting your animals to have them produce better quality stuff.
Yeah. Look at the villages. It's like all like Haley, Vincent, the Krobus is here. It's so cute. Maru, Jody, Pierre. I say Pierre. What does Pierre want? Doesn't want anything. Jeez. He's running the store, I guess. He doesn't need anything.
Yeah, he doesn't like fish and crops because they just interfere with his business.
So
Clint likes all the rocks and hates all the food.
Yeah. Penny. I wonder if it's like...
hates all the rocks.
Yeah. Do you remember what these people like in the video? I don't think it's... Or maybe in the video games they like something. Some of them are similar, some of them are not, because you can't really have all the items in the video games here.
Yeah.
Oh, Robin likes... Oh.
And a lot of it is simplified.
Okay.
Now they like certain classes of things. They like crops, but not a specific crop.
Yeah.
And I think that... I mean, you need that. You can't have the You can't have the thousands of things that the video game has.
Speaking about video games again, what's your strategy in the video game? My strategy is the jackfruit. Starfruit. Jackfruit is the fruit that I like to eat, but starfruit is my strategy. The wine, starfruit wine, and you can build it in Ginger Island. That's what I do. But I think there's ancient fruit as well. That is great. I think I've seen ancient fruit somewhere. It's probably in one
It's
of
one of the items,
yeah.
I think.
Absolutely cute. Like when you see these items, like there's Louis purple shorts.
Acts as any resource tile in a bundle.
It is awesome. So please do let us know. Please let me know that you watched this. Please let me know that you're there. It'll be really grateful. I'm really grateful for the community.
I think we have rambled a lot about the video game here, but there is a really nice board game in this as well. It is a little bit sandboxy, but it's very tight as well as a cooperative game.
Indeed. So if you find this useful somehow, please hit the like button, subscribe to us if you haven't already done so, or comments. Please let us know that you're there, our community. That'll be awesome. And I'm also on Instagram. Find me there as well, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.